Hi, everyone. I wanted to take a brief moment to talk about the Google Apps for EDU certification efforts we're making. Again, you don't have to take the certification test. It's just I'm getting you ready for it if you ever wanted to. Many teachers would be envious of the opportunity you have. The certification tests are an additional cost on your own outside of class. Um, and even if you don't go that route, still taking these experiences will enable you to apply it in the classroom with colleagues and just in your own productivity. I can already see many of you applying Google Apps to what you're doing every day. That's great. Thank you for those efforts. But I do want to address Google Docs and Drive. On the calendar, if you take a peek there, I have the Google Apps for EDU link here, and it takes you to the right place, the certification place, and you click choose a lesson, and then you would take the Google Docs and Drive lesson. And on this page, you'll find lots of great text to read that will help you, and one video that kind of goes through the different pieces and how one particular teacher uses it in his classroom. Honestly, though, as a heavy Docs and Drive user myself, I don't think that that one video is enough. If you watched that and read the text, I'm still not positive. I'm not convinced you would do well enough on the certification test. And really, there's huge gaps in your experiences. So I did find a better resource for you. So I would still watch that material in the link I provided under the Google Apps for EDU link on our calendar. And in addition, I would peek at this link here for Docs and Drive. When you click that, it takes you to Google's training for level 2. And that really is probably what they would expect all the certification people to do anyway. So when you go to this website, you can read basically the objectives of the lessons. And here are 8 lessons, all related to Google Docs and Drive. And I think when you go through these, you'll realize, oh yeah, I definitely wouldn't have done well enough or have learned enough just by watching that one video. So I know 8 lessons looks like a lot. You're probably thinking that's like a month's worth of work. But if you click on, say, lesson 1, for example, the text is just one paragraph, and it provides an interactive tour. And the interactive tour is nothing more than you hovering over certain pieces of Drive, and it defines it for you. So it's not like what you would think for lessons. It's much, much easier to digest. See how the different buttons, it's just simply explaining to me what this piece does. And when you click on it, it gives you some text to read. So when I click on select, then I'm given more information. When I click on the grid, I'm giving more information again in the form of text and images. So after you go through this, that's lesson 1. So do you see how you can kind of get through these lessons? It's not going to take 3 weeks like you might think just by initially looking at these. Sometimes you are given, like in lesson 2, for example, we're talking about collaboration. You're given a YouTube video, actually a couple, and that's it. So you can get through these lessons in a very reasonable amount of time. So again, just to recap, the Google Apps for EDU link is perfectly fine to start out to get you going. But you are definitely going to want to click on the second link for Docs and Drive, because it just is going to provide you with a much more comprehensive education. And actually, later on, we're making Google Artifacts. I think if you watch only the first video, you will be really regretful, because you won't be able to make this the kind of artifact I'm looking for to go part of your artifact portfolio in Drive. So, and I'll talk more about the artifact later, but what I'm trying to get at is you need more education than just that first video. So if you have any questions, please email, call, or tweet using the hashtag for our class. See you online.